Here are some helpful tips that I provide our clients when walking them through a conversation about how to best choose a decision maker in their planning. And when I say decision maker, what I mean is how do we choose people that are going to guide our plan, to be responsible for carrying out our estate plan? Those are people that are executors, people, power of attorney, healthcare agents, and trustees, and also guardians for those who have minor children. Executors in California, as an aside, we call those personal representatives. But these are our cadre, our team of decision makers. And a lot of our clients get hung up on just the thought of, well, how do I choose one? How do I choose the order? What does it really mean? So how do I go through this? I'm really stuck. And because they get stuck, they don't move forward with the planning. So this is the conversation that I have with them and some of the tips that I say and how best to choose and identify these particular decision makers. And it really comes down to a rubric that I use. It's GWC. And it's a rubric that works in business planning when you're looking at whether you have the right people on your bus to work for you in your business. It works the same when we're looking at decision makers because it's like a business, the business of you. And you're hiring people for roles, employees, to take care of you and your interests and the future of your family. So if we apply GWC, which stands for gets it, wants it, and has the capacity to do it, that is going to be the driver and be able to ultimately decide who is the best fit and in what order to be able to be decision makers in different situations. And gets it means that someone who's responsible and resourceful. Ultimately, responsibility, being a responsible individual, having integrity, and being resourceful to go find resources, hire professionals to help, is going to be a key marker in the people that you're going to choose for whatever those roles are that I mentioned, because all of them are going to require someone who's responsible and resourceful. Somebody that wants to do it. Just because they fall in a certain birth order in your life when it comes to children, or you have some familial relation, it's a sibling or even a spouse, you want to make sure that they actually want to do it. And so that they understand what the roles and the commitment is going to be and for them to actually perform it. There's no indentured servitude. So after the event happens, your incapacity or death, if that individual can resign if they say, look, I never wanted to do this. They never talked to me. So have the conversation, see if they'd be willing to perform the role. And the last is capacity. Because it's going to be a job. It's going to be a job to take care of you during your life if you're still alive and you're incapacitated, to be a healthcare agent, which is an advocate role, or to be taking care of your finances. It's going to be a job to be able to administer your estate. So it's going to take time out of that person's individual life. They might not have the capacity to deal with that, right? If they have a family, if they're a busy business, a professional, they might not have the time and the ability to do a good job. And if they don't have the capacity, that's where some shortcuts are taken, or we see some problems arise because there's long delays. So my advice would be in this situation to really look at the people's circumstances in their life. Do they have young children? And do they, what is their profession, so on and so forth, when you're deciding if they have the capacity or in what order to select. So GWC is the rubric to use in this fashion. Of course, having a better idea of what the individual roles are is going to be helpful, and you can look to some of our other videos for that to do a deeper dive. But that acronym, if you remember nothing else, gets it, wants it, and has capacity to do it, is going to be the key in helping you move beyond any sort of feeling stuck where you are making those decisions of who's the right fit. Don't just fall into old protocols of birth order or make assumptions over people's abilities. And above all, work with a professional in having those conversations. So just a little tidbit of what works really well in the conversations we have in our office, and hopefully that provides some value for you or for your clients. My name is Kevin Snyder. I'm a estate planning law attorney and happy to be of help. And hopefully this was valuable for you. Take care and keep being amazing.